Hello, everybody. I am East Coast Pete, and I'm your host for the show for drummers only. Today, we're going to talk about Mr. Don Brewer. He was born in 1948 in Flint, Michigan. He was drummer and co-vocalist for Grand Funk Railroad, a proto-metal rock band. Don graduated from Swartz Creek High School. His first band was the Red Devils at age 12. In 1964, he joined DJ Terry Knight to form Terry Knight and the Pack. The Pack had a top 40 hit in 1966 called I Who Have Nothing. In '67, Brewer met guitarist Mark Farner when Kurt Johnson left the Pack. Don, Mark left the Pack, recruited Mel Shocker to form Grand Funk Railroad with Terry Knight as manager. Grand Funk Railroad is a play on words of the Grand Trunk Western Railroad, which ran through Flint. Now, Mel Shocker was previously with Question Mark and the Mysterians, very early punk rockers, also from Michigan. Grand Funk became well known nationally after an appearance at the Atlanta International Pop Festival in 1970. GFR was a power trio like Cream. The first album was On Time, which sold over 1 million in 1970. The songs Are You Ready?, Time Machine, Heartbreaker, and TNUC were standouts. Now, TNUC featured an excellent drum solo by Brewer. In their second album, called Grand Funk, also known as the Red Album, it's a cover of the Animals' Inside Looking Out. Other songs were Winter and My Soul, and Paranoid, and many more. Grand Funk Railroad was not another garage rock band, despite what critics said. They were full-fledged arena rockers from the get-go. Mark Farner's blistering fuzz-tone guitar work and Brewer's tireless pounding beats. Both Farner and Brewer credit Shocker as the linchpin that carried them from obscurity to superstardom in such a short time. The next album, Closer to Home, became Grand Funk Railroad's third gold record in 1 year. Sin's a Good Man's Brother, Mean Mistreater, and I'm Your Captain were the highlights. In 1971, the album Survival was less hard rock, with 2 cover songs, Feelin' All Right and Gimme Shelter, by Dave Mason and Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, respectively. The next album, E Pluribus Funk, featured art on the back sleeve of Shea Stadium. As GFR outsold the Beatles' Shea Stadium show, the art on the front was a portrait of the 3 guys made to look like a coin stamped in silver, and there were no singles. In 1972, Phoenix, a rock and roll soul, was a single and went to number 29 in the United States. In 1973, We're an American Band. Craig Frost plays organ, clavinet, and moog. The album was produced by Todd Rundgren. Railroad was dropped from the band's name. Brewer sang more, and his single Walk Like a Man not the Four Seasons tune of the same name, was noted. Rundgren's production gave the album a softer, more well-rounded feel. And then in 1974, Shinin' On was with Rundgren featured a cover of the Goffin King single, The Locomotion, and it went number 5 in the U.S. And also in 74, All the Girls in the World Beware, a cover of the Soul Brothers' Some Kind of Wonderful, showed how different Grand Funk had become in only 4 years. They still played their early favorites live, so they still attracted a wide audience. The sleeve cover featured 4 bodybuilders with faces of the band members superimposed. It was very silly. In 76, Born to Die, Jimmy Hall added saxophone. This album is somber and introspective, not a trait you would expect from this band. And there were no singles that charted. Good singing, good playing, with a guest performance by Frank Zappa, playing lead guitar on Out to Get You track. Zappa had been a fan. Mel Shocker and Craig Frost bowed out after poor sales. Excuse me, kitty cat. Thank you. I have cats. Grand Funk Lives in 1981 and What's Funk in 83 were unsuccessful. Foreigner left the band. In 1997, Bosnia, Peter Frampton, Paul Schaefer, and the Detroit Symphony Orchestra are present. Mark and Mel are back. Brewer joined Bob Seger's Silver Bullet Band in 1983. In 1998, Mark Farner left to pursue a solo career. Brewer and Shocker added vocalist Max Carl, former Kiss guitarist Bruce Kulick, and keyboardist Tim Cashin. The band tours the U.S. and Canada, playing 40 shows a year. So, the copyright infringement suit by Brewer and Shocker against Foreigner's use of the American band name seems settled. Foreigner can use a similar description, but he has to print formally of Grand Funk Railroad on his ads and merchandise. Don and Mel claim irreparable damage to JFR by Foreigners claiming to also be in an American band. It seems silly, but there's quite a bit of money in play. And what sucks to me is that Don and Mel seem to care little for their former friends' feelings, and fans always thought the three were called close-knit brotherhood of rockers. Guess not. Today, Grand Funk, has their new guitarist play Foreigner's licks note for note, and Grand Funk's singer is a tenor who sounds a lot like Foreigner when he sings the old hits. Seems like the American band complaint is petty. Now, I do like the extra bass drum played by the singer as a companion beat to Brewer's still pounding beats. Brewer influenced East Coast Pete, drummer. That's me. How? 2 bands in high school played Grand Funk covers. I played TNUC, and if you want to know what that song's about, gotta spell it backwards. I sang that song as well, and East Coast Pete isn't much of a singer. But we had a guitarist who knew how to play that fuzz lead that Mark Farner could put forward on songs like Inside Looking Out, and I'm Your Captain. And the teeny boppers in the lower grades thought we were the cat's ass. The name of my band was Time Warp, in case anybody wants to look us up. I don't think you're going to find us, but you never know. Thank you for being with me on Only Drummers. And by now, I'm sure you know that I don't mean that you are the only drummers on my show, but I'm just doing drummers right now as a side to Mid-Rock Crisis, which will be back with lots and lots of really excellent bands. Thanks again for being with me. I'll see you all next time. Take good care, everyone.